Welcome to Theraparty!
I'm Maddie.
And I'm Grace.
And we're aspiring therapists.
Yes, we're aspiring therapists. Welcome to our podcast. We've been working on this for a couple weeks now, brainstorming ideas, and we're really excited to share with you our first episode.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So do we want to say a little bit about ourselves?
Yeah. Would you like me to start?
Yeah, if you want to start, let's go for it.
Okay, so some short introductions. So my name's Grace. I graduated from Chico State in December of 2023, and I recently got into Chico State's Marriage and Family Therapy program for graduate school. Yay! So that's a 3-year program. So that's a 3-year program. Also, I did not major in psychology in my bachelor's program, so that's another thing. I was very worried that I wasn't going to be able to get in because I didn't have much of that psychology background. I did have a psychology minor.
What was your major?
My major was humanities.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very fitting.
Yeah. So anyways, so yeah, one of the reasons why I wanted to create this podcast with Maddie is because we're both on this journey of wanting to become therapists, and that can be really scary and terrifying at some points, but also really exciting. So yeah, that's a bit about me. Yeah, I'll just start with that.
Awesome. Okay, so my name is Maddie. I was so excited when Grace suggested we do this because it's really stepping out of my comfort zone. I've never really done anything like this before. But I'm really excited. We're all about growth and trying new things and exploring new avenues of creativity. So I'll get into a little bit about myself. I am currently working on my bachelor's degree in psychology. I have 1 more year left, and I'm hoping to graduate next spring. Mm-hmm. And hopefully I'll join Grace in the MFT program at Chico State afterwards. I'm sure we'll talk about it throughout our podcast journey, and kind of see, currently kind of like in between debating whether or not to do a gap year or whether or not to just go straight into graduate school. It's kind of, there's pros and cons to both, so I'm sure we'll explore that more. Yeah. And some other things about me, I'm getting a minor in sociology. I love people, and I love watching people do their thing. So this will be great. People will be watching me this time.
People are interesting.
They are. They're crazy. And yeah, little fun fact about the both of us. Well, I'm still an academic advising intern, and Grace used to be an academic advising intern with me, and that's where we met.
That is how we met, yeah.
So that's been, I think, a big influence, for me at least, in our journey and wanting to help people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you, Maddie. Do you have anything else to say?
I don't think so. Okay. I'm looking to become a marriage and family therapist, and whatever way life takes me, I'll be pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll definitely be sharing more about ourselves throughout each episode. We both want to specialize probably in similar but different things. We want to help different or similar types of people. I don't know. We're going to be exploring that in the next couple of years, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, and I think it's also important that we both kind of give a little bit of acknowledgement and a little bit of our cultural background, just a little blurb, because I know that I identify as a cis white female.
Same.
So, so our perspective is going to be different than other people's, and to keep that in mind as you're listening to the podcast. And if you have other ideas or see things that we don't see, I guess let us know.
Yeah.
We wanna know more, learn more, and understand more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so purposes and intentions of our podcast.
Oh my
goodness.
First of all, the goal of this podcast is for us to connect with other aspiring therapists and kind of validate all of the worries that come along with approaching being in the mental health field and kind of feeling that weight and the responsibility and kind of sizing yourself up and kind of seeing if you're ready for it. And that could be really scary. It can lead to a lot of imposter syndrome, but it's also really beautiful. So yeah, we want to connect with others about that.
Yeah, definitely. Also within that, Maddie and I are very curious people. And that's probably one of the reasons why we both wanted to become therapists, is because of our curiosity about humans and life in general. So we're excited to connect with other people who are also curious about those kinds of things. We also would love to talk to current licensed clinicians about why they pursued becoming therapists and how. So we already kind of have a lineup of people that we'd love to talk to that are in our circle, just to kind of interview them, see what their journeys were like becoming therapists, the ups and the downs, their struggles, the good things they've gone through. So hopefully that'll be something we do in the near future.
Yeah, because I think that'll be a really fun part of our podcast is the fact that we are not therapists right now.
No.
We are on our way to becoming therapists.
Yes.
So hopefully this podcast will be able to show that journey. And we can kind of keep a document, which I think is really beautiful. Even if it's just for the two of us, you know, to be able to look back in the future once we've found our dream paths, you know, and see how we got there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we also want to talk about just mental health in general, psychotherapy, and the complexities of the world of psychology. So there's so much we want to talk about.
There's so much. So much. And one of the things I think I'm excited about for sure is that we'll do little book clubs here and there where I have a lot of books I'm reading. One of my summer goals is to read 7 or 8. I think we're going to do 8 books instead.
Oh, wow.
And so we're halfway through.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so I want to share some of those books that I'm reading because they're really cool. Most of them are psychology books. So books like The Road Less Traveled, The Gift of Therapy. I feel like I'm very influenced by existential humanistic psychology. So you'll see a lot of that in our little book club episodes.
Yeah. I'm going to try and read, is it The Art of Therapy you said?
The Gift of Therapy.
The Gift of Therapy. I'm going to try and read that so that Maddie and I can have more of a discussion.
Yeah.
It's also on my wellness bingo card. I need to read that book for us.
You know, we could have a little part of an episode where we talk about our wellness bingo and share that with the world. Who knows?
That would be awesome. Our little summer wellness bingo. Yeah.
Summer goals.
Yeah. And then the last thing that we, our intentions behind this podcast, we want to discuss impactful life lessons from life in general, our own time in therapy, grad school, etc. So, yeah, we've both been in therapy for a little bit, and we'll talk more about that probably in a second. But obviously, we're both learning a lot each day. In our relationships, in school, etc. So I think that'll be just nice to be able to talk about that too.
Yeah.
Reflect about what we're going through in our personal lives and journeys.
Yeah, and I think that'll be a really fun thing to hear about from the people that we invite in on our podcast too, is to kind of hear their meaningful moments. I know.
I'm getting ideas.
I know. It's so fun. But yeah.
Yeah.
That was so beautiful, Grace. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So, do you want to talk about why you want to become a therapist first? Or do you want me to?
I can.
Okay. Go for it.
So, yeah, the next part of our podcast, this introductory episode, we're just going to talk about why we both want to become therapists currently, and why it's important to us. So, oh my goodness. So, and we can talk for as long as we want about this if we want. So for me, I started to become pretty anxious around like community college time. And so that's when I started therapy. And I've been with the same therapist for a couple years now. Her name's Eve. She's wonderful. She's amazing. We love her. And yeah, so I have been in therapy for a little bit, and it's really helped me out. I've always been very reflective about my life and my self-care, my goals, my growth. And so, I don't know, I was very inspired to also become a therapist like my therapist. And it wasn't until like a year or two ago that I finally like had that dream of wanting to achieve that goal. I remember I was like sitting in bed. I was pretty like drugged up because I think I was sick.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I thought you meant on drugs for a second.
So I was like really out of it. I was taking care of myself, sick in bed, and there was just, when I'm sick, I tend to like dream a lot. Because I have nothing else to do. I'm just like, you know, reading or whatever. And so I was dreaming about like, what kind of career path do I want to work towards or go on? And then I was like, oh my gosh, Grace, you can do it. You can be a therapist. And I think for a while I was like pushing that to the side or not wanting to acknowledge that I could potentially become a therapist, because I, throughout my life, have had some sensitivities when it comes to certain things. I'm neurodivergent, so yeah, I was a little nervous to like fully acknowledge that might be something that I wanted to strive for. But here I am, and it was a process applying to just one program a couple months ago. I definitely went through like the imposter syndrome and worries and everything like that. But yeah, I think now I'm excited. I am still nervous. But yeah, and obviously another reason why I want to become a therapist too is because therapy has helped me so much, and because of that I've wanted to help other people too. I love helping people, taking care of people, listening to people, connecting on a deeper level. So I think it should be a really fun job. I know it's going to have its challenges and struggles. But yeah, so that's a little bit, I guess, about why I want to become a therapist. I feel like there's more, but I don't know if I'm ready to share those things.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fair. That was beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, no. So some of the reasons why I wanted to become a therapist and why I'm pursuing this path is when I was growing up, my family had various things go on, like every family does. But we had some like medical stuff go on. Everybody's okay now. But it definitely left me with some anxiety and some things that I wanted to work through and wanted to start working through. So I went and saw a therapist at a pretty like young age, like around like middle school or so. And I had an okay experience, but not the greatest, like, to be honest. But with time, I kind of started learning from like my dad and my mom. Both were very influenced by Buddhism and Stoicism, and we talked a lot about that in high school. And I think there's a lot of overlap between Buddhism and psychology, which I think is beautiful. And I became very self-reflective in high school and wanted to start making meaningful change and growth for myself, and I wanted to learn how other people grow too. Because it's a weird process. It's a hard process, and I would love to be able to assist other people in that process. And I also kind of had the feeling of kind of pushing it to the side almost, like where it was like I was telling people, I was like, I'm gonna become a therapist, I'm gonna do it, you know, like really gung-ho about it. But I have had that like inside debate and kind of like, is this something I want to do? Is this something that I want to pursue? And I still ask myself that, but I feel more and more confident about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's just with time is keep learning, keep growing, keep trying, keep trying new things and having an open mind. So that's why I say that I would like to become a marriage and family therapist, because if I do want to become one, I will. But if I decide to change my mind, that's okay too.
Yeah, no, I've been thinking the same thing for myself.
So I would like to become a therapist because I would like to help people on their journey of growth. I would like to be there to assist in that, and I'd like to be there to listen to other people. I love learning about different people, hearing new perspectives, and so fun.
Yay!
I feel the same as Grace. I feel like there's so much more I could say, but
right.
I feel like that's for later times.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely have some episodes. I would like to have some episodes about like talking more about like our individual struggles if we both feel comfortable, and like why therapy has been so beneficial for us both.
Yeah.
Because I think that really has influenced why I want to become a therapist.
Yeah.
Is because of like all of the healing that therapy has brought me. So yeah, good job sharing. We shared.
Yes, we did it.
We were vulnerable with you.
I hope that makes you feel seen. I hope that
Yeah.
people can find some sort of relatability in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Relatability
I think so.
or resonance.
Yeah.
Resonance is a good word.
Yeah, I like that. We'll use that one instead.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys can resonate with what we're saying at some level.
Yeah. And if there is anything that you all would like to hear from us, or that like any sort of topic that you'd like us to talk about, you can go ahead and leave a comment. If you so choose. I don't know if you can do that. You could potentially leave a review and ask that way. But yeah, we're so looking forward to having more conversations about all of this stuff. We already do have some conversations about this, but I think it'll be even more fun to go deeper into our thoughts.
I think one of the things that made me so excited when you like asked if we wanted to do a podcast was just the idea that we could use this as more time to get to know each other too, and like get to know each other's journeys and stuff. I was like very excited about that. So.
Friendship,
journeying, and connection. All about it.
Yeah,
all about the connection.
We should also really quickly talk about the title of our podcast.
Oh my god, I love our name. It's so silly. Theraparty.
Yeah. How did we get to that title?
Well, we had a lot of different names that we liked and everything, and it was kind of a hard one, but I liked Theraparty because it feels like a celebration of all that it is, humanity, almost, you know, like everything that encompasses learning and growth. It's therapy, but it's also a party.
Yeah,
Theraparty.
Party about it.
Let's celebrate it.
Yeah, I think I'm a very like serious person, and so I was leaning towards like more serious titles. But Maddie can also be a really like fun person, and I was kind of like, you know what, like Theraparty is really good because I think it will allow us both to kind of let go of the pressure that we might put on ourselves to like make this a good podcast or to become a good therapist or whatever that might look like, and to just kind of instead celebrate the growth that we're going through, celebrate the struggles. I mean, there is a chance, I mean, that's why you say like you would like to be a therapist, but there is a chance that it might not be for us.
Right.
I have a feeling that it probably is for us.
Yeah.
But like, for example, for me, like I have some sensitivities that might make it to where I choose not to become a therapist. So I think again, like calling this Theraparty allows us to be a bit kinder to ourselves, maybe. At least for me, I don't feel as much pressure to become a therapist or
it kind of opens
aspire to be a therapist.
I think it kind of opens the door to other possibilities. You know, it's we could become therapists, we could become advocates, we could do whatever. We could become analysts or coders or whatnot. I don't know. Probably not likely, but no. But we could go in whatever pathway. It's just that right now we would like to become therapists, and that's our journey that we're on right now. But we'll celebrate anything.
Do you believe in manifestation?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I think it takes a hot minute. It's taken a hot minute for me in the past, but I think I spent a lot of time during COVID and in the last couple of years trying to do manifestations of my own and to journal about the life that I want and the people that I want in my life. And I finally feel at a place where I feel a lot of peace.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. Yeah, I think I believe in manifestation as well. I mean, I don't know, like, logically if I believe it.
Yeah.
But what I do love about it is that I think the more we speak about something from what people say, like that thing might happen or that thing might occur. And so being able to talk about us becoming therapists in these episodes, I hope will help us.
You know what my mom always used to tell me?
What?
You know how I can't remember the concept. But it's when, like, you see something, like, over and over and over again, and then you start to believe it, like, passively. They do it with advertising.
Okay.
Like, we'll put out a bunch of different ads, and then if enough people see it enough times, they'll start to want it.
Okay.
It's kind of like that. Like, manifestation, I don't know if like, putting it out into the universe, I don't know if there's a force that makes manifestation happen.
Yes.
But I feel like it clarifies your views and your goals, and it kind of helps to put, like, blinders on you. So you don't waste time wondering about what you'd like. You know what you want, so you get more adept to searching it out.
I love that.
Yeah, so she's like, she just told me that once you get real clear about what you want, it'll be much easier to find it. Because if you don't know what you want, how are you going to find it?
Is it sort of like non-negotiables in a relationship?
Yeah, my mom said, I'm not to expose my mom, but she said that, like, I think it was before she started dating my dad. They have a very happy marriage, and they've been married for a long time. But it was like a rocky road to get there. But sometime in the time before they started dating, she made a list of, like, all the qualities. She was like, I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to find my person. And so she made a list, and she made, like, of all of the ideals of all of the things that she wants, like the behaviors, the way that they communicate, all the everything, and just kept refining it. And kept, like, redoing it and just making it as clear as possible to her. And then she says that she just, like, she wrote out my dad. Like, and I think that's really cool. And I've done that too in the past, and I've done very well.
Good. Good.
My lists have been met.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
So we can both testify to that.
Yes, yeah. I think, manifesting, being able to help people, that would be awesome. I would love to help people. Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to help people in the future. It would be really awesome if it was through marriage and family therapy. But I know that's going to be a part of my journey.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my therapist was telling me that in order for me to not stress about whether I'll become a therapist or not, what I can do instead is just take each semester by semester in grad school, and then also just try and complete the program. Yeah. Like, that would be really amazing to be able to do that. And then graduate, get my master's degree. And if I really don't want to be a therapist, there are so many other helping professions out there.
That would be an awesome episode, is what you can do with a master's in psychology or a master's in marriage or family therapy. That's not becoming a marriage or family therapist.
We haven't written that down. I'll have to write that down now.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Love that.
I like that.
Yeah, we have a lot of episode ideas.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Well,
anything else?
I feel like that's all from me. On our little outline here, we did want to give a little quote of the day, but I don't know if we have a quote of the day yet.
Quote of the day. Let's party.
Let's Theraparty.
Let's Theraparty, guys.
Okay,
right.
Well, thank you so much for listening, everybody. We really hope that you tune in to our next episode. Mm-hmm. We're not sure when we'll post next. We don't really have a set schedule yet, but we're definitely going to continue posting episodes soon. So, yeah, feel free to tune in next time. Mm-hmm. Do you want to say anything else, Maddie?
Love it. Let's party. We got this. One step at a time, one episode at a time, one day at a time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thanks for
watching or listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.